Okay. Operations meeting, January 27, 2026. Tony, would you do a roll call, please?
I would be happy to. Michael Zaslow,
Here.
John Timmerman,
Yeah.
Joyce Reese.
Yes.
Bobby Levin,
Here.
John Hess, John Craig, David Fornes,
Here.
Ruth Dries,
Here.
Maureen Debiger.
Here.
Okay, and we've got, okay, Monica, Eva, Abby, Dan, okay. All right, Joanne,
I'm here.
Tony's here, David, Boaz. David,
Yes.
okay. Jerry, no. Bruce,
Yes.
Stuart,
Yes.
Patricia,
Here.
Fausto,
Here.
okay. All present and accounted for.
Thank you.
That's the ones that aren't.
Do we have a quorum?
We do have a quorum.
Thank you very much. I know we've all read the minutes. I need a motion to accept the minutes as a motion in a second, whenever somebody's ready. Motion made by David Furness, seconded by Joyce Reese. Are there any corrections to the minutes as presented? Hearing none, the minutes will be accepted as presented. Miss Monica, you're up.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. We have a few more reports to go over today than we normally do because we did not have a meeting in December. So the first report we're going to be looking at is going to be for the fiscal year ended October 31. Our statement of operations for the year, we had income of $6.3 million. Our total expenses for the year were $6.3 million, and we had a profit of $45,000 for the year. We had budgeted a loss for the year of $228,000, so we had a positive variance
Yay.
of $272,000. And when we had our budget meetings back in the summer, I had estimated that we would have a positive variance of $203,000. So the variance is much greater than I anticipated, but to be on the conservative side, even though I estimated a $203,000 surplus, I only used $150,000 to reduce the coupon. So we'll shore up that difference when we have our budget meetings. Before you know it, it'll be here, just like
Yep.
this is past the hope. Later in the summer, when we start those meetings, it'll be here before we know it. Any questions on that? At the bottom of the page is your social activity summary. For the year, our income for our theater performances and dances amounted to $259,000. For your theater dances and movies, we spent $312,000, so it's a loss of $53,000. We had budgeted a loss of $104,000, so again, we have a positive variance of $51,000. The next report is your cash balances report. Again, this is as of October 31. Our total operating funds were $786,000. Our reserve accounts for our windstorm deductible was $1,378,000. Our contingency and infrastructure improvement reserves at $629,000. So our total reserves in bank accounts, money market accounts, CDs is $2,007,000. So our total available cash, $2,794,000. Next report is, again, your statement of operations, but this is just for the month of November, the first year of our new budget year. So your actual for November and your cumulative year-to-date, of course, are the same. We had total revenue of $516,000. Our total expenses were $549,000. So we have a loss for the month of $33,000. We had budgeted a loss of $73,000, so just for the 1 month, a positive variance of $40,717. We collected just shy of $20,000 for our theater performances during November. And for your theater, dances, and movies, we spent $26,000. So year to date, oh, I'm missing a line on my schedule, it cut off. Okay, so we have a loss of around $10,000 for the 1 month. Any questions? Okay. Next is your cash balances report, again, as of the end of November. Our total operating funds, $568,000. Your windstorm reserves, $1,413,000. And your contingency infrastructure reserves, $654,000. Your total reserve funds, $2,067,000. And total available cash, $2,635,000. Any questions? Okay. Again, we're going to have 2 months of your social activity summary. We're going to look at November and the month of December. First in your package is November. We have 1,530 tickets sold for your theater performances. We collected just over $21,000 in income. And when we reduce sales tax, our net sales are $19,647. We pay the performers $23,335, so we have a loss of $3,687 for the month of November. Regarding your Friday night dances, 632 people attended your dances. We paid the DJs $1,485. Movies for the month of November, 547 people attended the movies. Cost of the movies, $1,225. So between your theater, dances, and movies, for the month of November, we have a loss of $6,397, which is very comparable to the same month in the prior year where we had a loss of about $300 more than this year. I will point out to you at the bottom, there's a footnote regarding our ticket sales to outsiders, the new program that we introduced where we collected $657 in theater tickets from the outside from Cypress Lakes and Golden Lakes. The next report is December theater, dances, and movies. 1,676 people attended your theater performances, and that includes your free holiday concert that you offer, 371 people attending. We collected $17,817 in theater ticket sales. Net of sales tax, is $16,651. We pay the performers $19,000, so we have a loss of $2,349. The big winner was your New Year's Eve dance, where we had 496 people. We collected $7,719 for your New Year's Eve dance and paid the band $2,500, so we have a profit for your New Year's Eve of $4,714. When you net that with your other Friday night dances, we still have a profit for the month on your dances of $3,219. Movies for the month of December, 584 people attended the movies, which cost us $1,227. So when you combine your theater, dances, and movies for the month of December, we had a loss of only $357, which was a bit less than the prior year when we had a loss of $435. Comments, questions? Okay. The next report, I'm sorry, this is going to be sideways, is the revenue collected from guests. This is through the end of December. Our resident box office sales were $30,836. Box office sales to guests, $21,082, or a total box office sales $51,918. 59% of the box office sales were sold to residents and 41% to guests. Regarding the number of tickets sold, 2,310 tickets sold to residents, 1,306 sold to guests, total tickets sold 3,616. Included in those ticket sales is actual guest fees of $3, as you all know, per ticket, per person. So from the $3, we collected $3,918 when that's carved out. Guest passes that were sold in the ID office, additional $5,513. Another $2,205 sold in the staff office. So total revenue generated from guests for November and December, $11,636. When you compare that to the same period in the prior year, we actually collected $11,105 last year. So it's $531 increase this year over the prior year. Any questions? Okay. Last report is your Estoppel results. This is also for November and December. We've had 51 units sold in this community during the 2 months as compared to the prior year where there were 49, so it's about break even, almost the same. We collected $13,420 in Estoppel fees, which is a $3,010 increase over the prior year. If you recall, during our budget meetings over the summer, we increased the fee that we're charging for Estoppel, so that's resulting in a little bit additional income. But unless there are any questions for me, that's all I have today. Thank you.
Dan?
Yep. Good afternoon. Just want to give you a little bit of an update on the engineering. A little bit of an update on the engineering for the switchgear. I had met with FP&L, met with the engineer, and we had just found out that the reason that the switchgear had tripped months ago was because the capacity of the transformer that we have was exceeded and basically tripped the switchgear. So now we're in the process of working with FP&L to see what the increase in the transformer that we would need for the amount of load that we have required. So I will get with you as soon as we're having another meeting with the engineering firm and also the transformer division, okay, to see exactly what we would have to, cost-wise, what it might cost us, okay, if any, or the same token, how we would still go forward with the plans of switching out the mechanical room and electrical room to give us more space in that switchgear. So we're still working on that. I just wanted you to know that we're working with the representative and all the FP&L representatives to move forward. But at least we know exactly why that switchgear tripped. And right now we have certain pieces of equipment that are off so that it would not happen again, because we don't want the building to go down. It trips the main switch. Okay, so, okay. Any questions on that? Okay.
We have, go ahead, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Abby will be next.
Okay. My question is, if they upgrade to the transformer, do we still have to do the switchgear?
Yes, because the capacity in the switchgear, we don't have enough space in there for what we have, so we would need to either bring like a 400 amp or something, new panel, so that we could tap off for future work on that. But if we increase the size of the transformer, it would be able to handle any other amperage that we put. So we'd still have to have another
Larger transformer?
the larger transformer, but we would need to have another service besides that, or switch the mechanic room like we're thinking, okay, in a separate meter, so that we could have more room on the switchgear for future.
Okay.
And Monica could also tell you that in the past, we could look at both bills from the Pembroke and the Boca Raton facility, because of high voltage. Yours is almost equal to buildings that are double the size because of the lower voltage, okay? So as we increase and put more equipment inside here, which we have, when we had the air conditioning and the heat loads and stuff like that, plus any heat pumps and things that we had, of course, costs, it draws more on that transport, and that's where we're at, we've reached that peak, you know?
It was the lift station that threw us over the edge.
Okay. Abby, you're next. The boss says you're next.
Hi, everybody. Believe it or not, it's that time of year to start programming 26, 27 in order for us to get our brochures out. Do you have a preference of, would you like to do my meeting, which will take 30 minutes after your next meeting, or would you prefer a separate meeting?
We could do it next month, it's fine.
Okay,
Does anybody object to that, staying an extra 30 minutes?
right, it will most likely be March if there is an opportunity for me to get this done, because we have to wait for all the technical writers and everything. Then I'll do it in February. So anticipate me, you'll know in advance, Eva will know when it will be on the agenda. I will either be at February and/or March's meeting.
Okay.
That's it. Any comments, any constructive criticism, anything on this year's season shows? You're almost sold out of the Bronx Wanderers, thank God. Yes, Maureen?
Just a positive note that all of our shows have been very well received by the
Thank you.
people that have come to see them,
Great.
including myself. I wish our numbers would go up a bit in attendance,
You know what?
but
When we did the budget and your idea of taking the loss of $50,000 or $60,000, remember that $50,000 or $60,000 loss that we take is divided amongst your entire community. So if we lose that money, which we anticipated, it's being paid for in the coupon. So if things, we may have to revisit the, how we approach this through the years.
Well, I had come up with a suggestion, but unfortunately, somehow we didn't vote on it. And that's why I was talking to Monica, because I had made a suggestion that we charge every unit owner 25 cents a month and add that into the budget to offset the doesn't matter whether it's $5 loss or
Correct.
$120,000 loss.
What would 25 cents be in this community?
About $7,000, $6,700 if I did the math, right?
Right, but we're already taking in the budget, we're already losing $50,000 or $60,000. We already planned that.
No, he was saying, he thought that we had voted on that and that it was already included in this year's budget. and it was not.
Oh, okay.
It was discussed,
Yeah.
but it
Because
wasn't voted on.
you're running a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 loss every month.
Mm-hmm.
So if you added, I don't remember if the number was 67 or 37, it was somewhere in there. Somebody with a calculator could figure it out.
Right.
6,084 units.
Well,
times
I'll have the figure with me of what we're gonna spend for the 26-27 season, and I can give you my projection of what I think, it's, obviously, it's cold out, maybe people aren't gonna go buy tickets to the show tonight. I don't know, it's a guess. It's called a wild ass guess, excuse my language. But we can definitely discuss that at that meeting and figure out how you wanna approach it.
That would come, at a quarter per unit for a year, comes out to $23,562.
for the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's almost, it's $2,000 a month, which you're trying to offset
Right.
$2,000, $3,000 that we're losing. I mean, to me, a loss is a loss. When you project a $50,000 loss and you lose 25,
Mhm.
you still lost $25,000.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, we will never profit in this community.
No, but the idea is not to lose money.
Correct. So, there's, it's the old theory of you live here, you pay for the buses, right? You don't use them. You pay for the tennis courts, you don't use them. And people that patronize the theater should not be penalized by being charged $20 a ticket. So your theory works,
It's a minimal charge whether you use it or not.
correct?
You pay so much for the buses, you pay whether you
Yeah.
use it or not.
Yeah.
So I came up with a nominal fee of 25 cents.
So that will be a discussion that we can have.
Yeah, I'm
After.
sorry did not get in this year's budget. It's my fault, because I brought it up and I thought it was discussed and voted on. Because everybody kind of agreed, right? Joyce, everybody agreed that 25 cents
Yeah.
wouldn't hurt anybody,
yeah, we did.
Right,
But
okay. Well, we will further carry on that conversation. Go buy tickets to shows, everybody.
Yes,
Thank you.
I would like to go along with what Maureen said. Most of the shows have been marvelous. I'm glad to see the attendance is increasing greatly. I sit in the side section, and my whole row for the first time was full. I sit in section A, row 7, first seat, and I couldn't believe how many of the side sections, so I'm glad to see that it's
Great.
improving.
Thank you, everybody. I will see you either in February or March.
Thank you, Abby.
And you're always late for 2 minutes.
That's okay. I get to see everybody.
Thank you. It's about two grand.
Oh,
It's about two grand.
I have a question.
Yes, Maureen, go ahead.
I don't know if this is the right time or not, but is a side door gonna be possibly be able to be opened on Thursday since we have so many people coming already? We have over 1,000 tickets sold already. I know the door's been closed for construction
For a while now.
for quite some time.
I would, yeah, probably, we can probably do that.
Open it, just for Thursday, maybe, yeah.
'Cause I
What
know
is
you're
the
gonna have
real
over
problem
X.
with that door?
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
What's the real problem with that door?
There is a.
We can't hear you.
We had a trip and fall there, so when I looked at the area, I see why. And so something that I was going to show to Dan to see how we were going to deal with that, so that we don't have any future trips and falls over there. So we just closed it down because at the time it was, I think it was still November, December, so we didn't have a lot of people coming in. But for the Bronx Wanderers, we're going to have over 1,000 people.
yeah.
I know that, but there's
Yes.
been nothing done in the interim, is what you're saying.
It's not would not be an easy fix. It would literally be raising tile, and I don't have any extra tile, so I'm not sure what we would do there. I need Dan's opinion.
I'll take a look at it when we get back.
Can you send me an email? Let me
I
know,
will.
So that way I can plan my ushers where they're gonna be. Okay, thank you so much.
I guess, Eva, you're next.
Open the side door and let them come outside.
I'm sorry.
You're next.
Well, yes, so attached to your packet, you will find a scope of work for sandblast and sealing the resident pool. We have two prices. Their prices are just hundreds of dollars apart. So Dos Santos, they've done a lot of work for us. And then we also have Smart Coat. So we have Dos Santos at $66,250 and Smart Coat at $66,950. And our budgeted amount was $50,000. So we're going to be over a little bit. And so I'm going to ask the committee to choose one or the other and pass that so we can move forward on the project.
Joe Santos has always done a great job.
He has, yes, I can't argue. That seems to be, does very well there for us.
Have
John?
we ever used Smart Coat before anywhere in Century Village?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, they're a good company also.
And that, we also use them down in Boca, so,
Yeah, both of Pembroke.
yeah.
Which do you think is the better of the two?
I think with the way, because of the sandblasting and the paper that they've done here before, Dos Santos, I think because of the price too, it's just a little bit cheaper. I would go to that.
Yeah, we would be very happy with Dos Santos. We have a long working history with them.
I haven't seen, they put pavers down, but I have not seen them sandblast, so, but I've seen the sandblasting that we did over at, Hotel. This one, which one? Hastings, I'm sorry, I'm talking about it. But, it came out nice, and I think it needs to. We have not done sealing either of those pavers in a while, so we saved some money, just knowing that we had to do this, since the last time.
Michael?
Can I just come up and get a copy of that proposal?
Yes.
I didn't have one in the packet.
You can have mine.
Somebody want to make a motion so we can discuss it?
Make the motion.
John Timmerman made a motion, seconded by Joyce Reese. Now we can have a discussion if you want to discuss. I don't know. But we're discussing without a motion actually.
Yes, ma'am.
Right there, over there. David Bowie said.
All right,
Go ahead, Dave.
he's more important than I am, that's all right.
Dan, sorry, I didn't see you back there.
Dan, what would the timeline be on this?
I would say because of the League Club took a whole week on that portion of it, this is twice the size, so I'm gonna give it at least 2.5 weeks, you know?
Starting.
I would
Uh,
like it after.
We would have to schedule it, you know, after season.
I would schedule it for April.
David, what was your question?
Well, I don't care who you use, but I was extremely impressed with the Smart Coat doing the exterior of this building.
Yes.
They did it in a timely fashion and they were very clean about it.
There's not much of a difference in pricing, so both of them are reputable. We did have Favor Plus, but I couldn't get this guy to change his insurance, you know, because I tried to get a third price on. I tried to use them in Pembroke Pines too, it wouldn't go with the insurance.
My next question is sort of exactly what Don said, but maybe a little bit, when we take a project on like this, we really need a completion date. You know, we need a start date and a completion date. I just hate when these things get dragged out and dragged out. You know, and I don't think this is something that you're gonna find a whole lot of extra problems on. I could be wrong, I'm not that experienced in this process. I really think we have to start having a completion date, especially when this is gonna affect so many people.
Well, once you choose, then we let them know that they've gotten the job, and then they have to look at their calendars and tell us when they can fit us in. But we would not be doing this in season, which takes us through the end of March. So,
Even out of season, it affects a lot of people.
and that's true, except for the fact that it's the resident pool, the pool deck, and that water is not heated, so we don't have as many swimmers. We won't displace the swimmers. More than likely, it will be people who like to just lay out on that deck, but we can easily transition them over to the guest pool.
All right, thank you.
But I understand what you're saying, Dave, so we would get that, when we meet with them, if we make the decision today, I'll meet with the contractor and basically and see exactly how long and how much time.
John?
What's the plan to notify everybody in the village about this?
We will, once we have a date, then we can put it on the in-house channel. We put signs up at the pool itself, so we can do it that way. We can also put something in the paper, so, yeah.
Okay, good.
John, you did make a motion for DeSantos, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Are you ready?
Is that, I know there was a second. Is there any other discussion on this? All right,
Okay.
call the vote.
Michael Zazzle,
Yes.
John Timmerman,
Yes.
Joyce Reese.
Yes.
Bobby Levin,
Yes.
John Hess, here, John Craig, David Furness,
Yes.
Ruth Dries, Maureen Debegar,
Yes.
Joanne Robinson,
Yes.
Tony Burrows, yes, David Boaz,
Yes.
Bruce
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
Patricia,
Yes.
Fausto,
Yes.
motion carries.
Close vote.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This, yeah, I'll take a little bit of this one here. This next one is milling and paving of the main clubhouse bridge area. We've been having some slight little indentations in the roadway there. I'm having an engineer come out just to verify that, to make sure that there's nothing underneath that could be structurally causing that to concave inside there, the asphalt. But we're looking at, we did get some prices already, so, but I'm looking anywhere between 30 and 40 grand to fix that area up after we finish, but I need to get the engineer to verify that there's no problem underneath the bridge, you know, that's causing that to deteriorate like that. There's an indentation as it goes along, I don't know if you want to take a look at it when you drive out, but it's slowly but surely getting worse, you know, okay?
Dan, what is milling, if you don't mind? I'm not,
It's basically grinding off the asphalt and then re-putting the asphalt on top of it with an inch and a half, inch and a quarter layover.
Give me the blacktop a haircut.
Yeah. So it fits in nicely if there's any kind of.
Well, when you pave over cracks, the cracks will still come through the new layer. So that's what it is, removing the old.
wanted to know. I learned something new.
Absolutely. Good question. Look at your roads.
The next one here down, is the pool lighting, the indoor pool. So we've been going through a lot. You have asked us to research this. I'm going to let Monica explain the insurance portion of it, and then I'll get back to the other portion on the engineering.
I've spoken to Phil Massey about us allowing night swimming at the indoor pool only. We're not talking about satellite pools or outdoor pools, only the indoor pool. Because a lot of people have made comments and been very upset and said it makes no sense that you would close your indoor pool from dusk to dawn, just like we have to do with the outdoor pools. So if we can get approved for the proper lighting, Phil says that we should not have any problem having coverage from the insurance carriers, as long as we're just talking about the indoor pool. So the lighting is the key thing, and we would have to get that approved by the Board of Health. So insurance is not an issue, so I can let Dan address what has to be done to be in a position to be able to allow night swimming at the indoor pool.
I would like to read just 2 lines from his email to us. So in response to the indoor pool, he believes there will be no issue allowing night swimming for the indoor pool, assuming you have the correct operating permit, lighting, controls, etc. What he does say about the other pools is that, but folks need to understand that night swimming in outside pools is not allowed anywhere. I don't have one of his condos, 1.5 thousand condos in Florida that allow swimming in an outside pool after dark. This is typical and not something unusual, only happening to us. So I just wanted to say that because we have a lot of people who are very upset by this, which I absolutely understand. Yeah, especially, again, people working. So, but I just wanted to share that. David.
Who is that letter from?
That's from Phil Massey.
Okay, but is he in control of what the county regulates?
No, absolutely not.
No.
But it's the
So
same.
what he's saying may or may not be true.
No, what he is saying is in his experience of insuring 1,500 community associations in the state of Florida, not a single one is open for night swimming at their outdoor pools.
As per the regulations of
Unless the lighting.
Palm Beach County,
Right.
unless the lighting, yes.
Right.
And also the 4-foot perimeter is isolated from the pool,
So
okay?
what he's
If the
saying-
lighting is sufficient for the pool, you don't need that perimeter, but it would be a costly effect both ways that you go to try to get the pools to be certified.
So, and there's a question of whether they would insure us. So that's a big issue, that we would say,
They would insure us if we meet the regulations.
Exactly.
I mean, but then, again, there's a cost to having a pool, engineered and then proper lighting. And if not the proper lighting, then the barrier that you would have to put around the pool from the 4-foot perimeter outward,
I have a
Really
question
should
over
have
there,
put that
ma'am.
in his letter.
Yes, I was
oh, hold on,
wondering-
wait,
Hold on.
just one moment. Let's
He
take
really
a
should
finish.
have put that in that letter.
Say
Excuse
that
me?
again?
He really should have put that explanation in the letter.
It was a quick off-the-cuff, response, because we're gonna be asking you money to hire the engineer so that we can go ahead and we can get everything taken care of at the indoor pool. So I wanted to make sure we had something in writing that they were okay with the indoor pool, and that was what he was saying.
Yeah, Dave, his part was the insurance part. I could give you everything else that has to do with the Board of Health, okay, and the Palm Beach County regulations for that, okay, which we have all that documented, because all the Citrus villages, including Broward County, is the same way, exactly, okay? So it's really the lighting to make it certified to be a night, and then you have to put a permit for night swimming, okay? Right now, you have just a regular permit for that pool, so that
I see
pool-
your hand, ma'am.
That
You'll
pool,
be next.
that pool has to close after dusk, okay? And that's every pool in the state of Florida.
Thank you.
That's commercial.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay.
I was wondering if we could apply to the county for the Hastings and the resident pool here at the clubhouse only to have night swimming and get it certified by the county, and then see if the insurance company would accept that.
I don't know, did you hear what was just said? Our
Yes, I
insurance
did.
agent said that there's no outside swimming on 1,500 condo associations that he
That
oversees.
was his opinion, though.
No, that's his, as an,
Experience, okay.
as an agent that insures condos, he's saying that no one has insurance for outside swimming.
Did any of them have certification for night swimming?
And that's
So
what,
that question was not asked properly, that's my point.
no, I answered the question, the board is in agreement, and I just answered the
You
question
said that
to
if
Dave,
we were
that
certified-
basically, that you could certify the pool, okay, if it had the proper lighting, okay? So that's clear. So if it's an outside pool besides the indoor pool, and you meet those requirements that the engineer says for lighting, you could certify it, but it has to go through the Board of Health, and they get the
Right.
engineering and make sure that you have the proper lighting.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm asking, would then the insurance company accept it?
I would say, what he's saying is his insurance company, they have over 1,500
That's
condos.
not-
Yeah, but
That's a
No, no, no.
different
I
question.
understand, but yes, he would
They-
insure it if it meets, because it says there in the beginning, if it's properly
that's what I'm asking.
engineered and you have the certification for night swimming, he would then insure
Yeah,
that.
I disagree with you. He's talking about the indoor pool would be certified, not the outdoor pools.
Again, if you certify the outdoor
You
pools for
can.
night swimming,
You
okay?
can.
But that's not what he's saying. In his
We
email,
didn't ask
we didn't-
about the outdoor pools, we
Okay.
specifically
Yes,
limited our
the
question to the
indoor
indoor
pools,
pools.
right.
Right.
And we could spend the money to get these outdoor pools certified, but this particular insurance company may say that they won't cover it.
exactly.
So, that's the question, and then you'd have to find new insurance.
And the cost would be astronomical, probably.
It could possibly, I really don't know. I don't know.
Yes, John?
As far as the indoor pool, at one point in time, it was open till 9:30, correct?
Yes? Actually, 10, I think.
What
we
made
were.
us close it down? The county rules changed, regulations changed, something changed to close it?
There's people out in that pool.
Yes, well, I guess they were unaware that we were allowing night swimming, so we got the word, and that we had to shut everything down because they weren't going to insure us. So we closed everything. On our certificate for the indoor pool, it does not say that we are certified to remain open at night. Boca has that. We don't, so that's what we have to do. We have to do all the
Certified pool.
paperwork, get it certified so that we can open it back up. I'm assuming that that would happen hopefully quickly. You know, that's what we're hoping,
So
so.
we can get this done immediately, or, I mean, how-
Well, we have a price, that's what we're gonna bring it up. We have an engineering, we tried to get all 3 Century Villages. So we got a price of $3,600 to get an engineer to get this, at least get the lighting, to make sure that we have sufficient lighting in the indoor pool. And then, of course, then process the paperwork through the Board of Health.
do we need to vote on
So
that?
we have nothing in this year's budget. We would have to take it from someplace else in order to get this stuff coming from. If we were to pass it, right?
Right, but if they, the 3,600 is to get the engineer to do this study, okay, to make sure that we meet the requirements, okay? If it doesn't meet the requirements, he's gonna let us know what we need to have for sufficient lighting inside there, which would be an extra cost than the $3,600, of
Yes.
course, when we get that. But I feel that the pool, indoor pool might have the necessary lighting due to the fact that it's lit up pretty nicely compared to even the pool down in Boca Raton. Yeah.
Well, we can spend up to 2,500
Right.
without having to come to the committee. So for the 3,600, it's $1,100 more, so we're asking if you would allow us to do that so we could move forward on this and get.
Does anybody want to make a motion that we spend $3,600?
Make that motion, we can take a vote on
I second.
Okay, so you have a motion and you have a second.
Who was the second, I'm sorry? I didn't-
Maureen.
Okay, thanks.
Could you read the motion again?
And Fausto, you need to have the engineer to do it so that the Board of Health sees it from an engineer. You can't do it.
Again, I think it's something that's above and beyond the budget. We'll put it in next year's budget as my
3,600.
specific idea. I don't want to rush into anything. Any discussion on it? Yes, Michael?
So this is just to seek additional funds to look into the
That's just
possibility
to
of
hire
doing
an
it?
engineer to tell us if it's feasible and then there would be fees attached to it to find out if it's not feasible, what it would cost us to do it.
For
It would be-
implement,
It would be for him to fill out the paperwork to submit to the county.
That's it.
But he has to, first, prior to that, he has to make sure that the proper lighting is adequate.
Right.
This is
So-
still the indoor pool we're talking
Just the
about.
indoor
Yes.
pool.
Just the indoor pool.
Tony, just read the motion again if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it down here. Okay, this is a motion made by John Timmerman, seconded by Maureen Debegaire, to spend $3,600 to hire an engineer for lighting for the indoor pool. Is that
Main
correct?
clubhouse,
Okay.
but the main clubhouse, please.
It's to certify it, not to have any new lighting. Am I correct?
Correct, it is to, he
That's just
does
like
an
hiring a
illuminations test, he brings
Like a
equipment,
lawyer.
Research,
see if
he
it's
he reads the,
the study, it's the
Right.
study
It's
to
like
make sure.
hiring an inspector.
right,
Exactly.
but this is the
Monica just
information
said
that
it,
would
it's
go
a
to the county to get that.
Exactly.
We believe there'll be no extra money spent because I always say it looks like a spaceship is landing in there. But, you know, and at that point, we would come back to the committee if something additional needed to be done. But at that point, that would, we would put for the next budget, we would present it at that time.
Are you ready? You ready for
Hearing
the
none,
vote?
yeah, call the
Okay.
question.
All right, Michael Zaslow?
yes.
Yes, okay. John Timmerman?
Yes.
Joyce Reese?
Yes.
Bobby Levin?
Yes.
John Hess? John Craig, not here, okay. David Furness?
Yes.
Ruth Dries? Maureen Debegaire?
Yes.
Okay. Joanne?
Yes.
Tony? Yes. David?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Stuart?
Yes.
Patricia?
No.
Fausto?
No.
Okay. Motion carries 2 negative, but motion carried.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to thank you on behalf of the residents because this is something that some of them have been losing their ever-loving minds over.
Yeah.
We catch a little bit of that.
Do you know?
Over there from the pool.
Well, what time does it close now?
It closes at,
Dusk.
you know, at dusk. You know,
Changes every day.
and again, you know, where we were a retirement community.
Yes.
Now, I don't even know what percentage of people are working,
A lot. A lot. Going by barcodes, a lot.
you know, but I've been inundated with emails, phone calls, and if I leave my office, that's often the topic they bring up most, is that one. So I thank you on their behalf, so we can at least try to get the one open.
And thank you, Eva.
You're welcome. All right, so I have, the last would be Gulfstream Goodwill. So I heard back from Devora. She has a company that again has pledged money to, I believe, be here for another 6 months, starting in March. So, the food pantry, I'm sorry, I didn't verify that. The
Yeah.
food pantry, yeah. So, you know, again, I'm going to say the 2 things. Not only do they pledge money, they also pledge volunteers. And then when they don't show up, it's been our residents that stepped up, okay? Certainly with each event, it looked like it was getting more and more organized because she was trying different things. And then the other big issue for people is that people are showing up to collect food that don't need it. But I don't want to lose sight of the people that do need it, that do show up, and the almost 100 applications that she has collected from people that she will put in her database that will then be hooked up to other programs in the county to help these people. David?
Just a point that I walked in when they were having the last one, and the guards were just telling everybody who came in to go down there and get food. So you might want to have them on board.
I did not know that, and I will absolutely have something to say.
Their heart was in the right place, but they didn't understand the purpose.
Yes, understood, I got that, okay. So I've been the one babysitting this, most times than not. I'm there on this time it'll be the 2nd Friday of the month if we approve it. So you know, things are only gonna get tighter over the next few years. So, yes,
It
Joyce.
just bothers me that I happen to know people who, believe me, are not needy. And because it's free, they show up. And I just wish there was a way to control that. But if there's not, there's not.
It was one of my first discussions with her, and I told her this was gonna be a sticking point for the committee. And, you know, but you're concentrating on that, and that is very annoying, but there are so many people that have benefited and have also filled out the application, and I believe we can reach out to more. So, I'm willing to babysit it and work with her on this. It's just a question if you will allow them to come back in for another 6
When
months.
you put it that way.
Say yes.
I will keep my hand in this.
Either it's a good idea. You know what the churches do? Like where I go, they get the names of the people who are really needy, and they make appointment dates for them to come in. Like maybe the people who really need it should get the opportunity to come in first. Like I'd be willing to make calls myself and call them and say Friday they bring in the food. Come in at 12, so that the people who are really needy can get a hold. One woman cried when she found out she didn't know it was here. Woman that
I
came
know,
to-
we still haven't reached out to so many
She
people
did-
that would need it.
She really needed it.
We do have, she does have the, you know, applications. Maybe I could get her to make a list and maybe we could, I don't know, and I know that Fausto's an expert at this too, so I guess I need to pick
We
her.
work together in life, you know, just so that people who are hungry really get it.
Yeah,
That bothers me. There are people really, really hungry here that
you can
need it.
tell the people that really need it, they come through, they're
Yeah, I
so
see it.
grateful,
I
they
know.
can't say
I
thankful
know.
enough.
I know.
The other people complain that they don't like that the selection's not enough, right? And it's like, you know, if you're truly hungry, you don't complain when you're getting something for free.
Having spent 5 years running a community food pantry, the key is to qualify the individuals before they come there. So my suggestion would be that they qualify individuals and have those people come in first. And then open, that's what Patricia was saying.
Yeah.
And then after, let's say, I don't know, from 9 to 11 would be whoever was qualified. And then whatever is left over, people can come in and pick up.
I would love to get the people that filled out the applications in first, assign
Yeah,
them numbers,
But,
have them
right.
come in ahead of everybody else, and if there's something left over,
I mean, that's how it should work. You know,
in a perfect
pre-qualified
world.
individual. Well,
In a perfect world.
it takes time.
Right,
It took me 2 years to
Yeah.
straighten out the food pantry that was there for a long time.
right.
But they went bankrupt.
You know, and the thing is, once they bring the food in,
Yeah.
they need it to all go. They don't want to put it back on the truck.
We know that.
Right. So
But-
then it's like,
But if you pre-qualify
Yes.
those people for the first hour and a half, they come in, listen, you come in between 9 and 9:15, a certain amount of people, and once they're done, then you could open it up to whoever else, and everything will be done by the people that just want free
I
food.
will talk to her about that.
Eva, my question is, who in this room, all of us included, are qualified to determine need? I don't see any MSWs in the room. I would say that the qualification task belongs to Goodwill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got the names of the people that filled out the applications. You know, and that in itself was daunting because it's a 5-page long form. So, you know, some people needed help filling that out. But she's got that information, so I will talk to her about it, but she'd have to reach out to them and see how we could do that.
I think that needs to be streamlined.
So, do we take a vote? Is it okay to move forward? Everybody kind of on that page, we're okay?
Is it something that we need a motion on? Can we just let Eva do her thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
All those in
you got it.
favor, raise their hand.
You have our blessing.
Thank you.
Enough to talk for you.
It's good works. You can make time for good works,
Up to the good of the order?
up to the good of the order.
Okay.
Oh.
You want it?
Okay,
Somebody got something?
no, I just wanted to ask a
Yeah.
question about
Yeah?
the flea market thing and the food truck event. We discussed that further, any more details about it?
There was supposed to be, there was gonna be another flea market that was going to go on, but the group, the club backed out of that because there's something else big going on. So, no. I'm not gonna do it as WPRF. It has to be a club or a group. And then, yes, food trucks would have been fun, some music, I had a DJ for that, and we could have done like a fifties theme.
Flea market, and like 5 or 6 food trucks, and maybe some tables, just something for the community, would be nice.
Yeah,
Tacos.
tacos, is that your favorite?
Didn't we try the food trucks once and they didn't even want to show up here or something? By the
That was-
candy, by the Ken Pool or
That
something?
was COVID, during COVID.
No, it wasn't
One,
before.
no, it was COVID, that was our last attempt, it was during COVID. We had 3 food trucks coming. So the one showed, which was ice cream. One called to say that he'd just been diagnosed with COVID, he took the
I didn't realize it was
test.
during
So he
COVID.
didn't show up, and the other one went AWOL, never heard from him, even though we tried calling, he just never called us
I
back,
didn't
so
realize it was during COVID.
it was during COVID. That's why we, because everybody could be outside without fear. I mean, we were doing that over by Picnic Island. So, listen, I'm a big food truck advocate. I think some of the best food comes off those trucks. So I definitely want to do something. So maybe we can put our heads together, John, and,
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
put
think
two
it'd be-
things together, not just the food trucks, but something else to go with
yeah,
it.
as an additional
Attract-
draw, absolutely. But it could be fun also, leading up toward dusk where it's not so hot. And, because they do it in Wellington, was it
The
food truck
amphitheater.
Thursdays?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, I've been there, yeah.
I go to my son in Maryland, and we don't always get takeout from a restaurant. He's got food trucks and his favorite foods, and we go pick it up from a food truck. So, yeah, they've really,
Yeah, they have it at
Yeah.
my place.
In Brooklyn, under the Brooklyn Bridge, there's a park that's just for food trucks. Fabulous.
it's fabulous. I would love to do that here. I absolutely would.
Very popular.
Are we done with the food truck?
I'm getting
I'm so
hungry.
hungry, getting hungry.
Okay. I would like to, under the good of the order, I would like to make an announcement that our Transportation Committee Chair sat down with our Academy bus service and worked on doing some additional routing to benefit the residents of Century Village. So as of February 2nd, we dropped new bus schedules off today. Bus number 1, bus number 2, and bus number 3 will all go to the clubhouse and to Hastings.
So they don't have to change buses?
They don't have to change buses, it'll be, every bus will do that, and it starts February 2nd.
Okay.
We've dropped off, I just dropped off 100 of each of the bus routes.
Okay.
It will be noticed, we will put it up. The new schedule will be in Friday's UCO Reporter, it's already be in there.
Okay.
But this way, everybody in Century Village that wants to use the facilities, the clubhouse, and Hastings will have 1, 2, and 3 buses taking them there.
Excellent. That's going to be very helpful, because they tell me it's like an all-day affair to get around. So that's excellent. Thank you.
It took a little while, but
Okay, good. So I know you've always printed the bus schedules and brought them to us. Did you want us to take that over, or no? Because
it's up to you.
Well, we would only print them when we run out. They know that we'll print them 20 at a time. We don't put them out, they have to request them.
I deliver 75, and 10 days later, or sometimes a week later, they don't have any more.
Yeah.
I know.
So, I mean, it's welcome.
Yeah, I've even.
I mean, because we print them and then we give them to security, or one of us brings them to you.
All right.
You guys can print your own.
So that you don't have to deliver them.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Like I just said, we just delivered 100 of each bus schedule.
right.
I explained to the girls to take the bus schedules that are in there out
Mhm.
and let everybody know that. And the new bus schedule says February 2nd, 2026 on it.
Good, okay.
So,
And Kamisha would head that up. She's going to be in charge of that, and they know
Yes.
that we don't put them out because they would disappear even quicker.
I saw them behind the desk.
You should sign up for one.
That was one of my questions.
Okay?
Yes.
And the only other announcement that I have, that Sunday, March 15th, from 11 to 2 will be installation of UCO officers.
What's it?
And you're invited, Ms. Eva.
Thank you.
And
March.
Sunday, March 15th, from 11 to 2, it'll be in the party room. Dan, you're also welcome to come. We'll send out our RSVP, Monica, whoever wants to come.
Put it on my calendar, I will be there. Absolutely, I will be there.
Is there any plans for volunteer, Bob?
We're working on that. Anything else for the good of the order? Hopefully, everybody was happy with the new announcements.
Yes, I think that's gonna be very good for the residents.
David wants to make a motion?
To adjourn.
Okay. Second? Okay, good.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.